What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, doing one of these really cool meta TFT replay VOD reviews where I can jump around, look at all the different players, mostly because I want to VOD review a player who does not stream. This is Jasonjava, player who has placed well in tournaments in the past, just been like a general kind of like strong high elo player, and played a comp this game that I really want to talk about this patch because the stats improved drastically for this line. I can pull them up for you because once we see the augment, you are going to know what we are playing here. But it looked really solid, and this is a comp that, you know, I haven't had the spot to play it yet myself, but it looks kind of insane from the stats. So yeah, we'll get in there. Start off with kind of a weird start. Anivia plus defender. It's not really any kind of like, you know, start you're really excited about. He is going to make the slam onto the Caitlyn here to try to unlock Orianna, and does get it at the last second here. So still playing for this kind of like Orianna style Piltover opener. He has the Vi as well. So it actually, you know, turns out being a really nice opener here. See Double Trouble, Clear Mind, and Hard Bargain. Double Trouble so good on this new patch. We'll try to do a Double Trouble Targon VOD review maybe sometime over the next few days, but not exactly the spot. He's probably considering it here, but I don't know if it's really the spot for Double Trouble. But we roll and we see Bringer of Ruin really quickly here, and this is actually a crazy Bringer of Ruin spot because we have no Briars, no Scions, no Bruiser. We do have the upgraded Invoker, which is, you know, the only thing that gives us some kind of direction towards Bringer of Ruin, but we grab it here. Why? Why would we, you know, grab this augment that we have no spot for? Well, let's look at the stats. So I have just filtered for 7 Noxus. This is 7 Noxus last patch, 16.4, average is a 4.6, not great. And, you know, this is not, you know, adding any kind of filters. If you say I got a Swain and a Bess already, then obviously starts to get better. But look at this patch, 4.6 to a 4.31, a third of a placement, just exploded better with the buffs to LeBlanc, the buffs to Noxus. So this line actually starts to look really good. And obviously, if you start filtering in, like, okay, I've made it to Swain, I've made it to Mbessa, you know, and putting these guys 2-starred, which, you know, is obviously going to skew the stats even better, it gets really nice, you know, into the 3s. One thing that is interesting is if you do throw LeBlanc 3 into the stats, they look really nice, 3.5. And this was a 4.0 last patch into a 3.5. But yeah, that is the idea. That is twitch.tv, which we don't need to look at here. We need to look at the actual game here. But yeah, this is our game plan. Is we are going to play a Noxus game here, gonna slam items onto the Scion here to unlock LeBlanc here, and yeah, it's just a Bringer of Ruin game from rip, from nothing, which is wild to me. Just really the only thing that gives us some kind of inclination that we could play this line is our items suited very well. We have the JG and half Nashers open, which is really nice, and we do also have the upgraded Nivea, but that's it. That's all that really makes us think about this line whatsoever. Also, I just realized my own team planner was gonna betray me there, so I get rid of that. We are going to just play this board here. Imagine we will level here, but maybe we're actually, yeah, we're just gonna opt to make 10 here and say, you know what? I know Bringer of Ruin. Okay, we do end up leveling. I think this makes a lot of sense. Bringer of Ruin, you know, you want to get these takedowns. Every takedown gives him more kind of permanently stacking stats. Also, apologies for the weird POV here. League of Legends, I mean, yeah, League of Legends, TFT, replay system is, it's not perfect. So we get a little bit of a, but it's fine. It's just, I think it might just be that arena specifically. What player is that? Yeah, it's everything goes on for some reason. It's probably because it's a transforming arena low key, though honestly, does this arena transform? I don't, I've never actually, this is a cool arena though with a little fish in the middle. But yeah, I mean, we're just gonna chill here. We're just gonna try to get Otacon some takedowns, try to, you know, get this Otacon scaled up, get all of that AP, all that HP, and yeah, that is the idea. Now, the next question becomes, what version of this comp do we actually end up playing? We're going to play 7 Noxus very likely, because, I mean, that's the whole idea here. We can look at Carousel as well. I think this should just be a Nashor's Tooth if we can get it, and we can. Chef's Kiss, that's perfect. JG Nashers, just a match made in heaven. I mean, it's just all you could ever want on a board like this. Yeah, the spot's looking amazing, honestly. But yeah, towards the idea of like, okay, what do we want to actually play this game as far as our board goes? Like I showed you, The LeBlanc 3 stats look really, really, really nice. I think LeBlanc 3 is a great out. You can't always go that, especially when our first augment is not econ, where, you know, as far as portals go, this is not like an econ portal or anything like that. So it is going to be a little bit hard to make it to 3-star 3 cost. I do think this could be, you know, room for Bringer of Ruin into like econ augment, you know, 3-2. I think that could be a very, very solid line. Or, you know, maybe you just 100 streak from a spot like this and then you pivot into it that way by just having a lot of gold, and then you can roll for LeBlanc 3. We will see what Jasonjava wants to do here. You know, the Mel Medarda is still a very nice option for you to play into with lines like this. Like you're still very happy to play around her, and I think the stabilization that these buffs to Noxus have provided is such that I think there are worlds where you can just go, you know, skip level 8, go straight to 9 and unlock Mel. And then actually play for the Mel too, because obviously you can unlock Mel by hitting the Ambessa too, but like to truly cap around Mel, you need to actually like hit a Mel too. This is a cool idea here. The idea being we want to just let these units die and let the Atakan come in here and get the takedowns. We want all our other carries to die here. And does this work actually? Yeah, I mean, the Atakan does get takedowns on minions. So really nice little optimization there from Jasonjava to say, I mean, I want to play for that that Atakan effect here. I'd love to double slam here, which I guess would be Gunblade Gargoyle. I mean, I would make Gunblade Gargoyle here. Yeah, double slam. The Gargoyle has really good synergy with Gunblade, and we can always snip them later. It doesn't have to be Gunblade Gargoyle forever, but getting that third item onto LeBlanc is really, really big here. Just a 3-item LeBlanc. This stage is just going to be a monster. You always want to be looking for 3-item LeBlanc when you are playing around her in the early game, because she's just a monster here. All right, next augment here, CB Earth Axiom. Well, it can't really be restart mission. Earth Axiom, I don't really love any of these. CB says your team, which should include, if this includes Atakan, then actually CB sounds pretty solid here. But I mean, I don't think it's this. Rolling for Days is not bad as an econ option either. And yeah, we are looking at either that or Placebo Plus. 14 gold's not bad. We're relatively wealthy, right? We don't like need the Placebo Plus gold that much. So yeah, we are just going to pick up the Rolling for Days here, level up here, and we are going to use some of the rolls here. Find a Tariq here to play on the board. The idea being that, I mean, like a Scion 2 would spike us really, really hard. I'm a little shocked about this degree of rolling on 6 here, honestly, but the idea is we're on a 4 streak here, and any hit is big. We didn't really have much to roll for here, and I mean, we look at the end of the day, what did we get out of that roll down? We got a Tariq, which, you know, maybe that is enough to streak us here. It's an interesting roll down. I think this is one of the most underexplored and like most explored at high elo and then least explored at low elo piece of the game is rolling on like 3-2 and on stage 3 in general here. Well, that's obviously a great hit. We hit the Swain here. We have the Draven. We get 5 Noxus in. I mean, that's amazing. Imagine we are going to move this Gargoyle over to Swain, but I guess the answer is no for now. We are just going to keep it onto the Scion. Obviously, the Scion has a lot of HP stacked, but I mean, not even 984. Is that I guess that is right. It's just a Scion 1 with no Bruiser. I've never seen such a small Scion, but no Bruiser Scion makes sense. I do think we should probably move items over, but we can live with this for now. And I mean, the Swain was a huge, huge hit here. Also gave us access to the Draven, which allows us to start stacking up those cash outs and also stacking up the ability to, you know, find a Darius. We need to get that first gold farm to actually get access to Darius here. Tier looks really nice here. Just solid tank component, or could even be something like a Void Staff. Because we have no real econ augment in this spot, we are pretty broke. Oh, wow. Vow for Swain is amazing. Oh, my God. We are going to level here. Wow. Wow. That is an aggro play, but we're on a 6 streak. It makes sense. And yeah, we get a huge, huge hit here. We get the Wukong and we get the Scion too. I mean, very aggro, but it makes sense. We're continuing to stack Atakan here, which is huge. You know, this can end up winning you a fight. Just, I mean, look at this fight. This is a really, really close fight. I think this is 1,000,000% a level and roll diff here. And yeah, I mean, we would have a billion% lost this fight. So really nice stuff here from Jasonjava here, making that level and roll here. Pick up the Kobuko, who can then come in, and then we can actually fit the Fiddlesticks onto this board, who's a great extra in. Obviously, once we find Ambessa, it's going to be Vanquisher. The thing is, on level 8, you only have 1+1 slot, which usually ends up being Kobuko on this board, just because he's Bruiser and Invoker, and you're playing around LeBlanc, and you're playing around a Bruiser frontline. But we'll see where we want to end up going with this kind of stuff. But for now, on an 8 streak here, just beautifully played from Jasonjava here, making the streak worth it, making us get all of those stacks. I mean, let's hover Atakan here. What are we doing? 87 AP and 3k HP onto this guy. I mean, that is really, really nice. That is just a very, very nice spot. And I mean, shows the power of Bringer of Ruin and this opener, right? I mean, we barely had a 2-star unit this game. We hit 2-star Briar, and that's it. And the Briar's really not doing all that much. I mean, I think that should just be an Anima Visage make here. I don't think we're going to dig for any kind of sign. Oh, we're going to... Oh, no. Oh, yeah, we're going to break these down. Turn the Gunblade into... I mean, you still usually want Vow, so we're going to make Shojin here. Interesting. And then Bramble... I mean, you could make... yeah, okay. This looks solid. You get the Morello here onto the Fiddlesticks here. Gets Heal Cut onto our board. A little sketchy that we run out of tank items at this point, but we can make more down the line, and the Shojin's gonna be nice for getting the LeBlanc to cast. So okay, I can see it. We unlocked Darius here, not bad. Last Augment. Oh, I mean this should, you know, we are always gonna play Noxus, but I mean it's really, I mean 15 damage amp on your board is like okay. I think I'd honestly look at a portable here. Try to get like a tank item, maybe a fiddle item, Horizon Focus, like a lot of good stuff here. Crash Test I don't hate either. They buffed Crash Test. Maybe it's Crash Test actually. They buffed this one pretty hard. The dummies sometimes will just straight jump in a way that they stun backline. I played this a lot over the past couple of days, and it's felt really, really nice with the buffs. So honestly, like extra pseudo frontline, I don't... Oh, okay, or not. Maybe we're looking at... I mean, there's no way we're taking Dark Will's Invasion, really? I mean, yes, we were playing Noxus, but 15 damage amp. I mean, the only upside is it is damage amp here, right? It's damage amp onto the Atakan as well, I believe, because it does say your team. So it should, and I do see 18% damage amp onto this Atakan, which... So I mean, like I think it is working correctly. And the last 3% is what from yeah. So makes sense. So it is working there, and it does grant it to the entire board. 15 damage amp is not that much, but okay. I mean, I could still see it. And we do end up cutting out of this Fiddlesticks here. It's funny, the items transfer very naturally over to the Swain here. The Swain, a really nice holder of Morello. You don't normally think of Swain as a Morello holder sometimes if you haven't seen this before, but it's still a very, very good setup because, I mean, look how big this eye is. It's just going to hit like the entire board here. Boom, just Morello the whole board. You also have the suck out of Swain. You know, doing that effect. So it's really, really, it's a really nice item there. And the adaptive obviously gets some casting. So spot looking good. Still win streaking here with this board, by the way, continuing to stack up our Atakan. And the big thing is just the 7 Noxus. 7 Noxus is a monstrous spike for this board, especially once you've already stacked up your Atakan this much. Looking at the, I mean, isn't it just Cloak here? Yeah, I think you need tank items way more than you need any kind of damage. Hopefully we get another, okay. We get the glove here, so can't really slam any kind of tank item. I don't think we can break anything down. I mean, I think Morello probably stays Morello. A lot of these items probably stay where they are at this point, honestly. Like, I don't think you're going to change a lot of these items. So the only sketchy thing about this board, I will say, is frontline. You know, we're playing around a Swain 1. That's why I was kind of interested in looking at something like a Crash Test Dummies, just because you don't have that much frontline on this board. You have Swain, you have the Scion too, which it's really nice. I mean, the nice thing about Bringer of Ruin is that it gives you the Scion to start the game off with, so you can start stacking them up. But I don't think this is a line that you should really play unless you're confident that you can stack Scion up a bit, because you need him to be a big piece of your front line, especially because you're also playing the Kobuk on this board, you're playing Bruiser. You need to be able to rely on the Scion as a solid frontliner, and the gap between an early Scion and a late Scion is huge. You know what else is huge is we just killed off this person who was, oh my god, they were Spirit Link, Ishtal Augment, and they had a Brock on their board. That was Radiant TG Brock as well. I'm kind of surprised that we just completely clear them, but that's a huge dub for us. That's a 13 streak, and we killed off this person who potentially could have capped high enough to win out the lobby. So that's somebody just dead who, you know, now cannot win out. That's huge. We still need MR Shred, right? We do not have that yet at this point. So you could look at the Void Staff. Yeah, I think this makes a lot of sense. Almost want to go, I mean, you can't go, I was looking at TGBT. The problem is like TG goes here and then you have to BT the Scion, but okay, I don't hate it. I was looking at this. It's awkward to BT Scion, but honestly, you know, the shield is pretty nice on a high HP tank like this. So it's, it's a pseudo tank item. And then you get to throw the TG onto the Ambessa. She uses the crit well once we get Vanquisher in. And I mean, she can just use kind of whatever items pretty well. So makes sense. All right. Looks like this is going to be a very fast 9 game here from Jasonjava here. Going to roll down, try to find something to play on this board. I mean, that's an Ornn, I guess. I mean, he's a traitless Ornn, but I mean, this Ornn unit is not bad. As just a +1 because he does chill the backline for a while now. As long as he can cast. Oh, he died before he cast. That's pretty sad. Imagine we're going to sell this Darius here if we win. Oh, we need to win or else we're going to have to lock. Oh, we do actually lose. So we're going to have to lock the shop here for Swain. I mean, you must lock, right? There's no way we're not locked. I mean, wow, we don't lock there. It's shocking to me. We do. Wow, even sell the Darius there to roll to get him. Oh my God, we opted to open sell the Kobuko so that we could get this Ambessa down so that we could get, I don't know if I love exactly how we played this stage just because it has put us into a really weird spot where like, oh my God, and we ended up farming the gold anyway, but I mean, obviously we got Ambessa in this round. It's not like it really mattered though because she didn't even die, so we didn't even farm the Melmedarda this round. It's a little tragic how this round went, but at least we have the Ambessa 2 at this point. We can look for a last tank item here, but not get one. I mean, it would be Sterax, I guess, to finally have some kind of third tank item here. We aren't able to get it, so we're going to be forced to take, I guess, Shojin for Melmedarda down the line. I think that makes a lot of sense. Find a Shyvana here. I mean, she's a great unit on boards like this. We'll probably keep the Ornn in until he farms us an artifact, and then put the Shiv in. Oh, I guess we can also break these items down. There's not that much to do with it though. Like you could break BT down and you could break Shojin down. Doesn't do all that much. We rotate into a player who FF'd here. Kind of sucks because that means we don't farm any stacks of Bringer of Ruin, but I mean, it's okay. It is a free fight while we have a traitless Ornn on our board, so I don't think you can be too upset about that, but it's kind of funny. Wow, shift everything's paired here. We have the Shiv pair, we have the Shyvana pair as well as the Swain pair as well, and we could hold on to Wukong pair. I mean, it's a great unit. I kind of want to get back to the Kobuko just because Invoker is such a nice trait. I mean, one, just on the board in general, and two, for the LeBlanc here. Rotate into a board with this this big guy, this big darkened guy. So we are going to take a loss here, get the melon locked. Get Swain 2, and we are going to farm. Oh, a DD. I mean, it's not bad. The only thing is now we have to move TG, unless we want to like break some other stuff down. Okay, we'll see. Move over the Adaptive and the Shojin very nicely here. Just, I mean, these items go perfectly onto the Mel here, and we can just double AP carry her, which is very, very nice. There's a Zillion as well as a great guy, but I don't know if we can play around him. And yeah, gonna move over the Adaptive. Adaptive's so nice on this unit, and just gonna break down everything here. Oh, baby. What can we build here? I mean, we don't want to make a Kraken. Like, Bramble is so enticing here, but we might have to make something else here. Opts to take Vow. That goes on to Swain here. Gonna slam this Bramble here, and then you're either Nashor's BT, Even Shroud GS. I mean, from an AD perspective, it's not really anything. Yeah, this is a dizzying game, honestly. I'm dizzy watching it here. I think Jasonjava is a little dizzy playing it. I mean, to be fair, we have the Shiv now on the board. She can take some of these AD items. Do pick up that Zilean like we talked about, just a great in on a board like this, and is going to play it over the Shiv. But that means we have to make this this setup here. And oh, God. I mean, maybe we'll get some Volibear at some point, and those items will go there. But for now, they're a little rough here. But okay. I mean, the upside is, even with all of our strange items, even with everything that's going on this game, we're still winning. We're still actually clearing people with this board, which is crazy to say. But I mean, it's just, the board is so strong here. Find Fiddle again here. We're still gonna not play Fiddle. We want the Bruiser so that we actually have enough frontline on this board here. Finally find Azir, who's a very, very nice +1 on this board. Adds Disruptor, which is very important, and adds some extra frontline like we talked about. Now that we have the Swain tool, we at least have some, but it's still not the heaviest frontline board in the world here, though. My God, the Otacon plus the Swain. I mean, that was not a weak board that we just fought there, and we just like completely cleared them. I mean, Yeah, I'm down to say it. I feel like this augment is just broken. Like, this might be an insta pick. We took this augment from such a sketchy spot. All it needed was that we had LeBlanc items, and I guess we had the 2-star in the Anivia, but like not even one that was crazy. But I mean, it's nuts here. Okay, finally we are going to move this over here to the Ambessa. This looks a lot better. The TG can now move over just to Azir. Yeah, I mean, still, I mean, Azir not the best item holder in the world, but we can play around him. All right, we fight the Zahen again here with, I mean, a pretty good, yeah, I mean, my God, a pretty good Swain ult that stuns the entire board here, wins us the fight. That's Aushin down. It's just us and Cthulhu here in the top 2. That is a fully bear 2 on the enemy side. We're still waiting. We've been waiting so long for this Mel 2. I mean, to be fair, we haven't had that much gold this stage, but we can at least roll on stage 7, by the way. My God, this lobby has just gone so long here. But I mean, it's looking good. Everything is looking nice. We are continuing to scale up our Atakan, continuing to slowly probably scale towards the Radiant. I mean, we're halfway there, but we don't really have half of a game left. We have not that much time left. We are going to take a loss. Finally, break our streak this stage. But that is Mel pair, and I think if we find Mel 2, this game might just be wrapped up. I mean, the spot looks so nice. An interesting, question is, when you are in spots like this, do you want to drop down to 5 Noxus? And I think the answer is actually no. When you have Bringer of Ruin, you have so much power in the Atakan that you can't drop out of it. Normally, you would be interested in it just because we can drop stuff like Briar and feel fine with it. Briar for like Shyvana, but I don't think you really can even drop out of 7 here. Gonna grab the Crown Guard. It's just a random tank item here. Looking like we're actually going to greed it to 10. Wow. Thought we were just going to roll here, guarantee the Mel Medarda too, but we're just going to greed for 1 round here, hope that we can hit 10, and then hope that we find Mel. I mean, there are great ins on this board here. Fiddle would be really nice. Oh my God. We win this fight with just sitting here waiting to push 10. All right. I mean, we can play Renekton. He's kind of useless here on this board. Maybe with Azir too, the Renekton's not actually bad here. All right, we will just play him for the Shuriman effect here, buffing up Azir and Renekton a little bit here. Not the worst, not like Renekton's going to do too much on his own, but he's a guy. He's a guy on this board. All right, Cthulhu has split their board. Really smart stuff here to try to make it harder for Mel to just blow the entire board up. We'll see if it's enough, though. I feel like with level 10... no, the fight RNG actually does not go our way. Oh my God, but the Atakan flies around the entire board. Oh my God. I mean, this Atakan... Yeah, this line looks broken. Well, I'm happy I VOD reviewed this. I mean, after watching this game, I do feel like this augment might just be an insta-take. Like, it looked absolutely insane, the things that we did with this board, just off of LeBlanc, too. And we never even made it to Mel 2, by the way. We won out on Mel 1. I mean, if that doesn't say how strong this comp is, I don't know what will. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch, my Metafy. I'm going to the links down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, as always.